Good afternoon, guys. I normally film in the morning, but I'm filming in the afternoon today because of reasons. Also, I totally forgot to write show notes. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I didn't write notes. I think I'm just gonna wing it today. We'll see how that goes. How does this normally go? Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to the Untitled Knitting Podcast. My name is Lee, and I am currently here in Casey, South Carolina, but not for much longer. There may be one more podcast in this location before you will start seeing podcasts in a new location because we're moving and it's very exciting. My fun fact today is, what's a fun fact about me? My fun fact today is that I am an amateur antique jewelry collector, antique and vintage jewelry collector. I love jewelry a lot. All right, let's start with FOs. Finished objects. I do have a couple. Guess I'm gonna stick with this every 2-week schedule for a little while we're going through all of this moving mess. It makes things kind of stressful to, and also I feel like filming every week, I don't have as many updates for you and it's not quite as interesting. So I'm gonna try out this every 2-week thing for a while and see how that goes. What I have today for finished objects are socks. Socks. I'm still doing or participating in summer sock camp hosted by Kay Litton, or the Crazy Sock Lady, here on YouTube or on Instagram. I didn't even tell you who I was on YouTube or on Instagram and Ravelry. I am leighknits on Instagram and I am Lee Yost on Ravelry. You can find project pages and everything over on Ravelry. I know there's a lot of shit going on in the Ravelry community right now, but it's really the only place I keep my project info, my specific project info. So don't go there if you're going to get a seizure, but if it is safe for you to do so and you are interested, you can find more details over there. Please do not pay attention to how dirty these socks are for my first FO. These have been worn and they have dog hair all over them. But they are my cottage socks. I mentioned these several times. They have already been finished once. They've been featured as an FO in my first episode, but they were completely frogged, and restarted from scratch. And I was really hoping that these would fit Brad this time, but they don't. They fit me perfectly now, and I'm a little frustrated about it. So I won't go into the details about these too much because I've already mentioned them a couple of times and the trouble I've had with them. So feel free to go back and watch a different episode. I think the last one I mentioned it, and in the first episode I gave like deets. But yeah, these are actually done now and they're done for good. I'm not going to frog them again. I will be making another pair for Brad in the same colors, but the colors will be switched. So this will be the main color and this color will be the heel, cuff, and toe. So yeah. That's my first FO. My second FO was another whip in last episode, and that was these. I am doing a very bad job today. I didn't even tell you what yarn this was. These are cottage socks from, is it raining? It's raining. Anyways, the pattern is the cottage socks by Hooked on Tilly. That's it. She has videos describing how to make these socks here on YouTube. I'll try to remember to link them below. And the yarn is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. These are a worsted weight sock. They are meant to be chunky. I figured they'd just be house socks, but they could, I guess, also be boot socks if you have like lots of room in your boots. But I used the colors Yellowstone and Foothills. I remembered I didn't even have to pull the tags out. Yellowstone and Foothills. They are gorgeous colors. I'm not going to hold these up for a close-up because they are so dog hairy. So there we go. Pattern, yarn, done. Next FO. Next FO is another pair of socks. And like I said, these were mentioned in the last episode. But these are my long dog yarn socks. These are actually just plain vanilla socks. They are a 1x1, there we go, a 1x1 rib and just stockinette all the way down. And there is a contrasting heel and toe on these. And these did end up fitting me okay. They're not quite long enough. So these I'm actually going to be making the exact same pair again, but in the right foot length for me, and giving these to my sister. But it is long dog yarn, her sock base, her bounce sock base. And if you can focus again, thank you. And the color is Through the Standing Stones, which is one of her Outlander colors. And the contrast color is Miss Babs, one of the little sock minis, in the color Cumin. So those are those. They're really cute. I'm so excited by like how beautifully they turned out. I just wish they fit me. But my sister will wear them and I will get an exact pair. I have enough to do an exact second pair. So I will be doing that probably after summer sock camp is over, because I want to get some of these like new and more exciting socks done. I feel like I keep doing the same socks multiple times. Which leads me to this. In episode, I don't remember which episode, one of the previous episodes, I had finished a pair of socks for myself for summer sock camp using my first skein of self-striping yarn that I've ever used, and it was from Mustache Yarn, and it was her Great Smoky Mountains colorway. If you saw that episode and remember, good for you. If not, you're about to see the yarn again, because I am making a second pair of socks using the same yarn. I'm not doing a contrasting heel and toe on these. I did the leg a little bit shorter, and I just used the same yarn, the Mustache Yarn, for the heel and the toe. These are for my husband. I did not get to get him cottage socks made because I apparently am bad at it, but he is getting a pair of these because he tried this one on. I finished this one last night and he tried it on and it does fit him mostly. It is not perfect. I will need to refine with a second pair of socks, but they're good enough for him to wear, so he will be getting these. And I finished one last night and I am currently working on the heel of the second one, so it will be done today. So very exciting that this is another pair of socks that will be done today. So that's 3 FOs. I'm counting this one as an FO because it's basically done. And that's not technically done. It's 3 FOs. They're all socks. It's all right. I'm okay with it. Okay, whips. Keeping in the theme of socks, I will show you my first whip, which is actually a half finished object. I am doing a test knit for Crystal T Knits. I'm not sure her actual name, but she's Crystal T Knits on Instagram and on Ravelry. And she is coming up with a new pattern called the Summer on the Porch socks. And I believe she designed them with summer sock camp in mind. Not 100% certain, but I want to say she did. But I signed up to do a test knit of them. Ooh, apologies while I adjust my butt and kick you around. But I signed up for the test knit for those, even though I am also signed up for another test knit that I will mention later in whips. But I ordered, she wanted me to do a self-striping version, so I ordered Mustache Yarn again. She did an update where she included this color. These are the socks. And this is the color. I don't remember the name of the color. Do I still have the, let me see if I have the tag. I know it's based off of eggs. Like this color is supposed to be like farm fresh eggs. And I could not resist it. Okay, I have a bunch of yarn in my tag basket. So let me get that out of the way so I can actually reach things. All right, not you. Oh, here it is. It's Mustache Yarn's Perfect Self-Striping Sock, the Must Match Skeins in the color Daily Egg, or Daily Eggs. So yeah, it's super cute. It's like each one's a different color of like a farm fresh egg, but then with like a gray stripe in between. And they're so cute. I love this color. I just went through my scraps for a contrasting color, and this color is the Brooklyn Tweed Peary in, what was the color? What was the name of the color? It's the same color I used in my colorwork hat that I featured in a couple of episodes back. Patina. The color is Patina. And it's slightly heavier than the mustache sock base, but I don't mind it. I think it's nice and squishy. So, and it ties in a little bit into this color here. This color has a little bit of variation in it, and it kind of ties in there. I just think it looks really good. So this one's completely done. This is the Summer on the Porch sock. It's got this lacy pattern that works up automatically in kind of this chevron shape. And it's flat on the bottom. But I'm completely done with this sock, and I'm this far on the second sock. So this one will be done. These take longer than just vanilla socks because they're lace. They just take more time. I get my hair on everything, y'all. But it'll still be done. Hopefully this week I'll just get it finished. And then I'll be able to start on some more socks. I'm trying not to, I had 3 pairs of socks on the needles at one time, and I'm trying not to do that again because I have other things that I need to be working on, which I'm about to show you. All right, I'm gonna move some of these socks out of the way so that I can spread out my body a little bit. For my remaining whips, I only have 2 more whips to show you, even though they're not the only whips I have on the needles. The other whips I have are ones that either I have not touched, like my pitch coat, have not touched it, or are ones that I don't feel it's necessary to show you every episode. Like the other main one is my mosaic blanket, and I have worked on it. I have a little bit more done, but because it's a blanket, it's never a lot done at any given time, and it's always the same. Like it's just repeating the pattern until it's long enough. So I probably won't show that one every episode anymore, but I did work on it a bit just because it's a fun one to work on. But I do have my Weidlinger pullover here to talk to you about. My Weidlinger pullover, oh, before I show you my Weidlinger pullover, real quick, I do want to say that the Summer on the Porch socks that I was telling you about, that I'm doing the test knit for, the pattern will be released any day now. I will definitely be putting a link to Crystal T Knits Ravelry page below so that you can check and see when this pattern is released. You can check out her Instagram where I'm sure she'll be announcing it, but this will be released any day now. Now for my Weidlinger pullover. My Weidlinger pullover, if you have not heard, is the only sweater I have on the needles right now. That's a lie. It's the sweater that I've had on my needles for a while now. Let me find the cover page here so I can show you. It is a pattern from Brooklyn Tweed from their Wool People 14 collection, I believe. Yes, I got the pattern a little wet, so there's like water splotches on it, but this is the cover page for the pattern. And I've been working on it for a little while, but I'm getting very close. It's not actually that close to being finished, but I feel like I'm making good strides. So here it is. This is actually the inside of the fabric because I have currently finished the entire front and sewn it together and the entire back, and I have them facing each other, outsides facing each other, and pinned together so that I can sew the shoulder seams together. As soon as the shoulder seams are together, I get to pick up and knit some sleeves. I'm so excited. Hopefully the sleeves knit up as quickly as the front and back do, because if it does, then I'll be done with this in another couple weeks, which is very exciting. I also had to block these. Let me see if I can turn this so you can see the front of it at all. Okay, there we go. This is what the front looks like, the outside front. A couple of these like lumps and bumps will come out whenever I block it again, but I'm loving the way it's turning out. It's gonna be so cozy. The last whip I have is a second sweater. Yes, I'm going to have a second sweater on the needles, which is not ideal. I ideally would only like to have one on the needles at a time, but this one is a test knit, which I was very excited to be a part of. Now, this test knit is not going to be released. The pattern is not going to be released until September. So I have plenty of time to work on it, which is great. I can usually, if I'm really working on a sweater, I can usually finish a sweater in a month. It is the Foolish sweater by Linda Ann Holly. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this photo, but it's basically just a oversized long sleeve sweater with a lace panel down the back. Very simple, very cozy, very wear over leggings kind of thing. So I wanted in on that action. I am using, I didn't bring a skein of yarn to show you the tag, and I don't have the tag in my tag basket either, because the yarn I'm using is actually yarn that I had already used for something else and then frogged, so it did not have a tag on it. I do have skeins, the rest of my skeins sitting in there with tags on them, so hold the phone, I will grab one. Got one. And let's try to sit so that I don't let my leg fall asleep again. Okay, so I cast this sweater on right before I left. I went out of town over the weekend for 4th of July with my family, who I have been seeing throughout this COVID mess. It was not like a big thing or big to do, but I did go out of town to the woods. And right before I left, I cast on this sweater just because I wanted to get it on the needles. And this is as much as I got done. Lord, I am done with you. There we go. Focused. But you can see it has a little bit of a sheen, this yarn. And I will tell you why now. This doesn't look like a whole lot because you want to focus on me now? That would be cool if you would. There we go. Doesn't look like a whole lot because it's not a whole lot, but it is actually the entire collar of the sweater. It has a very small collar. So I'm done with the collar, and it is a top-down raglan shaped sweater, so I will not have to worry about seaming this one. Bless it. It is also my first time doing raglan shaping. I know. What kind of knitter am I? I've never done it, but here we go. This yarn has a little bit of a sheen because it is bamboo. It's not completely bamboo. It is King Cole bamboo cotton. Bamboo cotton. King Cole bamboo cotton. Has an ugly label. But it is 50% bamboo viscose and 50% cotton. So it is very soft, very smooth, very stretchy, and has a really nice weight to it because the cotton adds that weight that you kind of want in your yarn. It is a DK weight. It is a 100 gram skein, each one. This color is 610 Pebble. And I loved it because it's almost a taupey gray. It's really nice. I bought a ton of this, and I actually used, I have enough of this and of another color for a sweater quantity. And I've just been waiting to decide what to use them for because I had used them to start another sweater that I frogged. And just actually 2 sweaters that I frogged. I didn't enjoy them, so I took them both out. I really like working with it, and it comes out super like shiny, and it's real stretchy, real squishy. So yeah, that's the other whip that I have. That's my last whip. My last whip. Now, what do I have? I have, oh boy, haul. I have a couple of things that I have ordered that are not here yet that I've been waiting for. Okay, there's one thing specifically. My husband ordered me a project bag for my birthday. Yes, for my birthday. Way before my birthday. But this project bag was shipped from Russia. So it has taken forever to get here. It's been a cause of some stress for me because I'm moving, and if it takes too long to get here, I won't live here anymore. Luckily, I checked the tracking this morning and it hit the US this morning. It is currently in USPS possession on its way to me. So it should be here this week. Bless. It's not here yet though, won't be in this video. But that is a thing that I wanted to mention because it's stressing me out. Now, for things that I actually do have, since it has been 2 weeks, I tried to remember everything that I got, but I may have forgotten some things. But of what I have, these are the things that I know you haven't seen yet. Haul, let's do it. All right, first things first, I ordered a sock set from Little Lionhead Knits. This is what her tag looks like. Cover my face with it. That's what her tag looks like. This is what the back of her tag looks like. And this is also the fiber content of her sock yarn. 8515 merino nylon. The 100 gram skein is 437 yards, but since I got a sock set, it also comes with a 20 gram skein. I got the Dutch Courtyard set. And look at those colors. I honestly cannot even with these colors. Oh, wasn't even trying to buy yarn and I saw these come up on her shop update and I needed them. So this will be another pair of socks, just what I need. I'm excited about more socks, honestly. All right, then this is not new, but I did want to refresh your memory about this Katahdin that I picked up that I mentioned in the last episode. I think it was the last episode, in dark parchment. I wanted to refresh your memory for this because it's relevant to my next haul item, which is a Miss Babs order online. Now, also in that haul with the dark parchment Katahdin, I mentioned that I really wanted a Nori Katahdin. I still wanted it and I ordered it. Here it is. My Nori Katahdin. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. So dark and yummy. Oh, so good. But while I was ordering the Nori Katahdin, I didn't want to just order one big fat baby hank of yarn. I also ordered contrast colors. This Katahdin I plan to use for the Nori Katahdin. I am planning on making the Sora sweater. This is it. This is what it looks like. Try to get it without the glare. There we go. It's a one color body and then two color brioche on the cuffs and collar and such. But that's what I plan on using this for. This will be the main color and the contrasting color will be this color. This is Katahdin, one of her miscellaneous, like she has just like random scrap skeins. And this one is 273 yards of Candied Pecan. So these will be my two colors for that sweater. And I'm so excited. These little like miscellaneous yardage skeins are really nice. Like such a good deal to get a contrasting color when you don't need a whole skein for a contrasting color. And then my second, this one, I ordered a contrasting color for this one as well, because this one I may have mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned in the podcast or if it was just on Instagram, but this dark parchment color is going to be a weekender light. I'm doing it. I'm going to jump on that bandwagon and I'm going to make me a weekender light because I kind of wanted a regular weekender, but I'd much rather have the light one. It came out just at the right time. But I'm going to do the thing where the collar and the little strip down the shoulder is a contrasting color. So this will be the main color, and the contrasting color for this one will be this color. Oh my god, it's so good. This is the color London Town, and it looks so vibrant on camera. It looks the same color as my fingernails. It is the same color as my fingernails. But this will be my weekender light, and I'm so excited for this one as well. This is another one of those miscellaneous yardage skeins of Katahdin. This one is 327 yards. So there we go. That's it for the haul for the Miss Babs order. It was these three. And the rest of the haul is actually just stuff I picked up at my local yarn store, which is open again. Bless it. I went out of town for 4th of July, like I mentioned, and left on Friday. I left Friday afternoon. But Friday was actually the first day my local yarn store was opening back up. So I left a little bit early and I swung by. They're doing one of those things where they have like updated ways to shop, and they're kind of set up like an old general store, if you're familiar with that, where you walk in the front doors and there's like a chair on each side so that people can sit and wait without being near each other. And then there are shelving units set up as a countertop. So you walk up to the countertop and you talk to the employee about your project and what you want, and she picks things off the shelves for you to help you pick out colors and yarn types and all that kind of stuff. It's actually really nice. I actually really like that way of shopping because you are kind of, I don't want to say you're forced to socialize, but you're forced to socialize. This is a modern Lee talking. The Lee of the past would not be saying anything like this. Lee of the past would not be grateful for forced socialization, but Lee right now doesn't mind it. But while I went there because my stepmom tried on my cottage socks that I had mentioned in my FOs. My stepmom tried them on and she loved them, and she loves wearing big, cozy, squishy house socks. They're one of the things that she has a really hard time finding. She wears through them because she'll only have like one pair at a time, and I want to remedy that. She just had a birthday on the 2nd of this month, so just had a birthday. But I stopped and picked up yarn for her. I'm gonna make her a pair of cottage socks. Like I said, they're worsted weight socks, and she has a very different taste in colors than I do, so I didn't have yarn around to suit her for a pair of cottage socks. So what I picked up at my local yarn store were these. These colors are insane. Okay, there we go. They're very not for me, but they're very much her. I'm going to do the body in this and the contrasting heel, cuff, and toe in this color. They almost look a little not as matching on camera as they do in real life, but they go perfectly together, I promise. This is a skein of Malabrigo Rio. No dye lot. What? It's one of their hella variegated ones in the color 684 Chameleon. I think it's chameleon. It's not spelled like our English chameleon, but it is chameleon. But anyways, that's it. And then this is Germantown. It's from Kelburn Woolens. Their Germantown line, which is, I guess, their worsted weight. It's 100% North American wool, and I think it's completely processed in North America. But it is the color Peacock 440. And I love mixing a good variegated with a solid. Yes. So this will be my stepmom's cottage socks for her cottage socks for her birthday, which I'm probably going to cast on as soon as I finish Brad's stripy socks that I mentioned in whips or FOs. I mentioned them in FOs. As soon as I'm done with those, I'll probably cast these on so I can get those done for her birthday. But I also picked up 2 skeins also for her. I picked up, in the first episode of this podcast, God, my hair is wild, y'all. I used a new shampoo at my nanny's house and it made it curl. First episode of this podcast, one of my FOs was a traveler's loop. I am still so happy with that piece. I'm so excited to wear it when it comes time to wear scarves again. But it is a traveler's loop pattern designed by Dawn Barker of Chasing Rabbits Fiber. And I made it out of 2 skeins of Fiber Spates Vivacious 4-ply. I used the colors Copper Tones and Peach Bellini, and oh, it's perfect. What a joy to knit with. What a gorgeous fabric. Squishy, beautiful. I'm so happy with that project. But my stepmom, when I was working on it, saw Copper Tones and loved it. She's like, I love that color. And it's like brown, but she was so excited about this brown. Like, I've never seen her so excited about a yarn color before. So I decided I was gonna make her a traveler's loop. Not for her birthday, but for the fall times that are gonna be coming soon-ish. Soon in knitting world. So I decided I was gonna make her a traveler's loop and I was gonna use copper tones, copper tones. But instead of using Peach Bellini, like I did for mine as the contrast color, the other color I picked for her is this color. More her speed. Oh my god, they look so good together. This color here is Spiced Plum 600. And this is, like I said, copper tones. The number is, oh, never mind. Not 600, because this one says the same thing. I think that's something else. This is just Spiced Plum, and this is copper tones. That is the last thing for my haul that I bought. But I think this will count as a, what do you give presents for? Maybe it'll be a Christmas present. That gives me plenty of time, because I finished my other traveler's loop in like a week. It was a really quick knit, so I think I'm gonna start working on Christmas knits. This will be one of my stepmoms. Yes, I think that's all I got. And that's quite a haul. Y'all, I have stuff coming. I've been pre-ordering the shit out of yarn because there have been some good line releases lately. So I've been pre-ordering. We will have some stuff to look at, some pretty yarny things to look at as soon as I move in. I'm so excited to move. Like, I started listing furniture on Facebook Marketplace today so that I can start getting some of our bigger furniture out of the house. And it's packing. We're in the home stretch. It is July 6th today. We close on the 30th on our house. So we have to be out on the 30th and start driving, and then which is a Thursday, and then Saturday we move into our house in Pennsylvania. Also, I have 2 new teeth. All of my teeth stuff is done officially. I have a crown molar up here, and I have a crown. The one, not my canine, but the one right behind it. It's a completely shiny new, uncomfortably smooth tooth. It also didn't hurt at all. Like, it was not sore afterwards. I didn't have any recovery or downtime. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else to update you on, yarny or otherwise. I drew today. That's a personal update. I've mentioned it before on this podcast, but I am an illustrator for my day job, illustrator/graphic designer. I graphic design for a company and illustrate for my own business, and that's my day job, those two things together. And I drew today. Actually woke up, I've been having a really hard time with this whole like world crisis state that we've been in for all of 2020. I've been not very motivated to get up and draw, but I actually had a commission to work on this morning, so I did that, and then I felt motivated to just keep going, so I drew this morning. Oh, it's wild, but good. Hopefully it's a good step. It means I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I really think the road trip this weekend helped me out because I drove down and back by myself, and it was a 4-hour drive each way, so I had a good solid 8 hours in the car on the road, and driving makes me feel better mentally. Sometimes if I just get in the car and drive around for a while, I feel better. Not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm I can't multitask in the car, so it forces me to not overwhelm myself with things. I am just driving, but it's a thing that's always really chilled me out. So I've been in a pretty good headspace today, which is great. It's not very often that I am. So here we go. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I feel like this episode may have been a little bit all over the place because I didn't have show notes. I can't believe I didn't write notes. I didn't even think about it until after I started filming either. But hopefully it wasn't too bad. I feel like it wasn't too terribly long either, so that'll be good. But yeah, thanks so much for watching today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me here in this space, and I will see you next time. I have one piece of hair in my face, like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. This lipstick is cute. I like it. I'm pleased with this color decision. Do not fear. I am here. Wonder what my backdrop's gonna look like when we move.